From the headlines that move us
to the plays on the field and the people making a difference.
It's news, sports, and stories that keep our communities alive.
This is the heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
I'm Christopher Ingram.
And I'm Sarina Fazan. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Hello, Serena.
Ooh, are we excited today,
We are
Christopher?
super excited. We have a fantastic guest, as always.
And look at her. Mrs. Universe in the house.
Mrs. Universe.
Mrs. Queen of all the married women.
Amber Uhler.
Amber, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. The honor is mine.
So tell us, how did you become Mrs. Universe?
Well, my story's quite the journey. In 2021, a former Mrs. America told me, oh, you should do a beauty pageant. You would be so good. And I'm like, girl, I weigh almost 300 pounds.
Wait,
stop.
what?
We want to stop.
Hold on.
We want to stop because we're going to show the picture too.
I only believe you because
You saw the
showed me the
picture.
picture. Wow, what a transformation.
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
Well, it took 4 years. I think a lot of times people see like the before and after picture and they think like it happened like that, but this was before Ozempic. Unfortunately, I wish I had it around. It was before a lot of these new, like, weight loss aids had come out. And so I just did Jenny Craig for 4 years. And when Mrs. America was like, you should do a beauty pageant, that same week I went to an annual routine doctor's visit, and the doctor said, hey, you're morbidly obese, pre-diabetic, and on a dangerous path to an early grave. You're not going to see your young kids graduate high school if you don't turn around.
How scary. How scary. Her husband, Jameson Euler, is, of course, a dear, dear friend of mine. We work together at an ABC affiliate. Now, he is a prominent face on the CBS station here. And I remember the day he met you and he fell in love with you. They have 3 kids, but can you imagine his wife coming home and hearing that? So what happened?
Oh, I remember I got in the car and I was like holding the steering wheel crying, thinking I'm never coming back to this doctor's office ever again. And I called and I told him how sad I was. And that was, I think, on a Thursday or a Friday. And so on Saturday, he's like, let's go to the trampoline park. We'll take the kids. We'll go. We'll get active. We'll have some fun. And I was like, okay, I need to lose some weight. And for whatever horrific reason, I decided to jump off of the 15-foot platform into the foam pit. And when I did, I disappeared. I went straight to the bottom.
Gosh.
My husband saw me. I was like, ah. He saw my panic-stricken face, so he dove in to get the foam off me, and he was trying to pull me out, and he couldn't. And so these 2 big, beefy, muscly guys linked arms to try and pull me out, and they couldn't do it. And I even heard somebody say, maybe we have to call the fire department.
Oh my God.
It felt like the record had scratched and the entire trampoline park had assembled for a front row seat to my humiliation.
Oh, bless
So
your
they were
heart.
finally able to fish me out. I'm not still there, thankfully. And I was like, okay, I have to turn my life around. I have to change. And my friend, April, who was Mrs. America, telling me, you'd be a great pageant contestant. They look for more than just beauty. They look for ambassadors and spokespeople, and it's really changed with social media and stuff. And you would be so good because you have so many causes that are near and dear to your heart. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to compete in a beauty pageant. I wrote it down as my New Year's resolution. This is what I'm going to do. And I meant, when I wrote it down on January 1st, 2021, I meant that year, but it ended up taking me 4 years to lose the weight. And so I competed at Mrs. Florida in 2024 and I won.
Wow.
It was so beautiful. I happened to be there. It was such an amazing event. And also also on the platform of not just, the weight, but drowning, preventing
Right.
drowning.
My platform is swim safety and drowning prevention. A lot of people are surprised it's not weight loss, but I didn't want that to define me.
Right.
When I was 5 years old, I was a non-fatal drowning victim. At a lake. My dad was getting the tackle box and everything out of the car, and I ran off and tripped on the pier and fell in and almost died. Luckily, they were able to revive me, and I survived. And I met my husband and found out when he was 5, he drowned at a birthday party, but they were opening presents, and he had snuck back out to the pool, and the mom realized one was missing, and she went and looked, and he said he remembered the hand of God pulling him out. And so we both had very unlikely stories where the outcome is different than what it usually is. Drowning's the #1 cause of death for children 5 and under in Florida.
It only takes a second, right?
In less 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And so, and it's fast and it's silent. And then in 2023, I saved a child that was drowning at a birthday party, just like my husband.
Wow.
And that same, like maybe within 2 weeks, he saved another child
It
that
gives
was
me
drowning.
goosebumps.
Wow.
Well, I
Can you
know.
believe it? They
It's a
both
miracle.
were
Two,
saved.
4 miracles.
I know.
I know. So swim safety and drowning prevention is my platform. It's my calling. It's near and dear to my heart. It's so relevant in Florida.
Especially in Florida.
I helped get a bill passed, SB 544, for free swim lessons for children 5 and under, and they just raised the age to 7 and
Nice.
under.
Oh,
So that's such a huge
congratulations.
win. I know. I'm so excited about that.
Okay, but let's talk a little bit about your weight loss transition. You commented it was before all these GLP wins like Ozempic and whatnot, so it didn't happen in a year. But actually, you took 4 years to go from the before to the present, the after shot. And that's probably actually more healthy, right? Because you probably weren't just losing weight. I'm taking it you were doing exercise and other things that got yourself in
I
better
think
fitness.
what the best part of all of it was like I didn't have to get any skin removal surgery. Well, I did get skin removal surgery around my midsection because I called it my mud flap. It just looked like hanging skin, and it was actually like bothering me. And so I got that removed, but I'm so lucky that I didn't have to get any on my arms or legs, and I think it's because I did it quite slowly. So that was the upside of taking 4 years.
Did your husband ever say to you, honey, I think you need to lose weight? Or is he always
No,
supportive?
he doesn't
just
want to
however you
die.
are, right?
No, he never. I didn't even know I was fat. I was like, why didn't you tell me? Like had gained so much weight, but I had 3 kids in 4 years. Then COVID happened. You couldn't leave the house. I worked from home. I think I stayed home for a year straight and ate my feelings. And then all the fast food restaurants had been closed for a while, so I think everybody got really into Uber Eats.
Right.
I would order Uber Eats 2 or 3 times a day.
Whoa.
I know, that's embarrassing to admit. That's a lot. That's a lot of Uber Eats.
Were you always heavy before children and before COVID? Or
My
it
weight's
was
always
just-
fluctuated. I've been stable since 2024, and this has like pretty much been my weight. But I think when my husband and I met, I would call myself like curvy. I was
great.
curvy.
You have such a great personality. Regardless,
I know.
right?
Well, that's what happens. You have to develop your personality when you don't have any looks to depend on.
Please no. Listen, trust me. I've known her, like for years. Always, when you say curvy, stunning. Gorgeous. But as you said, though, so many kids in so many years. COVID hits. I mean, wow. Life was.
Yeah.
What a hit, right? And so
Transform
different.
people
Yeah.
in lots of ways, good and bad, right?
Yeah, I liked COVID. I liked staying home. I liked staying home and ordering food, and like my kids were so little at that time that I just like didn't have to go into a 9-to-5 job. I got to work from home.
And
the
be with
whole
them.
world opened up, and like I got so much time with them when they were like babies.
That's great.
And my husband even put a news studio in our house and worked from home. And one time I was snoring so loud, he had to like wake me up during the commercial break.
We can hear you.
Because it was like a studio like this, and then the bed was right there.
Oh, that's funny. So now you're Miss Universe, Mrs. Universe,
Yeah.
right? What's that like? What do? You go around the state, the country, the world. What do you
The
do?
world.
Yeah.
So I have speaking engagements coming up in Oregon and Tennessee. I did a TED Talk in Nova Scotia.
Wow.
It's been an incredible ride and journey that I could have never expected. But the best part of all of it is the community service. It's reaching out, across the community, uniting people, bringing attention to causes that are near and dear to my heart. Like next weekend, I'm doing the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society fashion show, and it makes me laugh that people call and ask me to be model in their fashion show, because in some ways it was easy to shed the weight, but like to shed the way I felt about myself for so long has taken exponentially longer than the 4 years to lose the weight. So like I don't think of myself as a model or things like that.
That's so sweet. That says so much about
Your
you,
character in person,
and
yeah.
character in person, and also when you see you and you're like, wow, I want to be her. But sometimes, like in your past, in your history, it is quite something that you have to also embrace that and be able to it's a healing, wouldn't you say? It's like
Yeah.
healing of yourself.
It's definitely been incredible. Like, I was in New York City and got recognized several times by pageant fans who, like, you know, I can always tell when they're like, it's Amber. And I'm like, oh, they love pageants. That's the only people who know me. But it was surreal. And my husband was like, I can't believe it. Like, you're getting recognized in New York City.
That's
and
cool.
I know. I was like, yeah, it was like a pinch me moment.
Well, speaking of that, I want to go back just a little bit. So here you are when you were Mrs. Florida,
Yeah.
right? And then take us, though, from Mrs. Florida. How, you know, when did you decide to enter into the other pageants?
Well, I'm such a goofball. I didn't even know when I won Mrs. Florida that I'd have to go do another pageant.
Oh.
I told my husband I'll just do one. And it's funny, I tried to quit the morning of Mrs. Florida because there was a swimsuit round. And I was like, oh, I can't do it. Like, I can't get on stage in a swimsuit. This is so embarrassing. Like, no. Like, and I told my husband, I want to quit. Like, it was fun. I met some nice girls. Let's go home. Like, I lost the weight. It's fine. And he's like, we spent a lot of money on this.
You're getting in your swimsuit.
Get up there. You're doing it. Oh,
Well,
my
apparently
God.
you did pretty well. The judges liked you.
Yeah, so then I went to Mrs. America and I was a finalist, but I was completely unprepared for a national pageant. I didn't know what I was doing. I was insecure. And after I got done with Mrs. America, I was like, I'm not done. I want to do it. I want to do it again. I think I could like do a better job. And I became a little Tom Brady-ish in like my watching of tape, pageantry. I started making
Wow.
spreadsheets of like what the top 5 finalists were wearing and like why do green dresses never win and all sorts of things. And like white wins the most with 56% of the time.
Wow.
And
Wow,
so
you made it a science.
I made it a science. And so I was like, let me go back again.
So you went back for a second
I became Mrs. Florida Universe, and then I went to Mrs. USA, and I won that. And then I got to go to Mrs. Universe in Manila in the Philippines in October of 2025. And it was an incredible experience. I got to meet 125 women from all over the
That's so
world.
cool.
I loved Mrs. Belgium. I loved Mrs. Belarus. I loved Mrs. Russia. I just got to meet people from all over. And now whenever I travel anywhere, I can always text somebody and be like, I'm in your city. Do you want to meet for lunch? Like, so it was an incredible experience. And when April, Mrs. America was like, I think you should do pageants. And credit to her, she thought I should do them when I was heavy. And I don't know if it would have turned out the same, but I definitely think the landscapes of pageantry have changed. And I would say, as somebody who's won, the most beautiful person in the room isn't the one who usually wins. It's usually a lot more of like, it's like about your interview and the way your speech, your intonation, the way you connect with people. So I think in pageantry, there's a lot more, people have a lot more ownership of their own destiny than they think they do.
Absolutely. No, and pageantry, I think, is, especially for the misses, right? Not misses, like the young girls too. I mean, the amount of money in scholarships, there's so much available, but also in what you're doing, getting the word out on so many important causes.
Yeah, and I coached a girl, her name is Cameron, and she ended up winning Miss Teen Nevada USA.
Oh.
And all the Miss Teen USAs this year got a full ride scholarship.
Wow.
Isn't that
That's
something?
awesome, yeah.
Isn't that
How
something?
about
There's a lot that can be such a benefit. And I'm so happy for people like you that shed such a positive light on pageantry. And speaking of that, Amber, I have to ask, like when in the Philippines though, right? And it's 132 countries, you said?
Oh, there was 125.
125 countries represented. I mean, how were you feeling when they like announced you as Mrs. Universe?
Well, I was, this is so bad to say, I was the most confident I had ever been. Remember how I went to Mrs. Florida and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. I can't do this. I can't get on stage. My pantyhose are going to show. This is going to be crazy. When I went there, I just really felt confident. I felt like, I was like, I got this.
That's cool.
I had all the confidence in the world, and I don't know where it came from, and I have no idea why, but like I nailed my walk. I never stumbled. Like every outfit was on point. Like I just had, if I was Tom Brady, I had the game of my life.
Game on.
I had the
Goat.
game of my life. My interview was perfect.
That's cool.
There was nothing I would change. And I can even look back at my old Mrs. Florida tape, right? Because like reviewing your own tape is a big part of tape. And so I like look back at my Mrs. America and I'm like, oh my gosh, I stumbled. Like, why did I wear that outfit? I made so many mistakes. And so I think the really holding up a mirror to myself and working on the things that I knew were my weaknesses, like my onstage walk was like probably my biggest weakness. And so I worked on it really hard. I got a coach, like I did all the things. Yeah, there's coaches who will teach you how to walk.
There's a coach for everything.
There's a coach for everything.
So you've done a lot. You've no doubt learned a lot. You've changed a lot. What's the one key kind of takeaway as a recommendation that you would give to other women that are facing challenges, whether it's health and weight or career, family, what have you? What would your
which
message
camera?
be?
Which camera? I'm gonna look in this camera.
You're looking at that one right there.
Just do it. I know I sound like Nike, but we let our fear hold us back. We let what other people think, stop us. I have a TED Talk coming out called From Cringe to Courage, because it's a word I hear my kids say so often, like, ew, that's so cringe. And it becomes a form of social punishment to try. So just getting out there and trying and, not worrying about if I lose, like, I was so worried about how embarrassed I was going to be when I lost Mrs. Florida. Like, look at my mindset and how I was thinking and caring about people who they don't care if I win or lose. I think it's called the spotlight effect, where we think everyone's watching us, but actually everybody's living under their own spotlight and don't care what we're doing at all.
Whether you're in a pageant or just real life in general. Yeah.
So just get out there and go for your dreams. And also, you're never too old. I mean, I did my first pageant like when I was on the heels of being in my 40s. That's kind of old to get started. But it worked out. So that would be my advice.
Do you ever just put your pageant gear on and go walk around Publix or the mall?
I have an event and an appearance every day this week.
Really?
But I do keep it in my car, and like I was driving by and at Christmas time they were doing Toys for Tots. And they were having like a big thing, and I just happened to be driving by it, and I put my sash and crown on, and they were like, yes,
that's awesome.
Yes,
We have a celebrity.
This is amazing.
That's
and
awesome.
I like got to take pictures with all the soldiers, and I like flagged cars down to bring more, Christmas gifts and things, and like that was a completely unplanned event. So I'm always ready, and you can always call me. They don't call me the servant queen for nothing. Like I put in the work, and I think a lot of people think you win the pageant and it's over, but that's actually the day your job begins. It's the crown is a responsibility. And they like to say heavy is the head that wears the crown, but it's true. I always make time for community events, appearances. I always make myself available, and I say yes whenever I can.
And is it a full-time? It is a full-time job, right? Can you maintain?
It feels like a full-time job to me.
Can you maintain a job though, or is
I
this
do
your...
also have a full-time
You
job.
also have a full-time job?
But
What do you
remember
do?
that COVID job where I got to work from home? I get to work from home.
What's your full-time job?
I'm the chief of staff for a tech startup
very
company.
good.
Yeah.
So I have a question to ask on behalf of Serina.
Okay.
She didn't actually put me up for this. But I just know her.
What could it
When the
be?
cameras are off, can she wear your crown?
She can put it on right now.
Wow! Are you serious?
It's heavy,
Oh
right?
my gosh, this is amazing! Did I put it on right?
Yeah,
It
it
looks
looks pretty
great.
good, right?
Wow.
You're gonna go home and think you're a princess, and Ted's just gonna be like, oh, I'm never letting you go back to that studio.
It's a lot, right?
It's
my favorite one I've ever
Oh
had.
my gosh.
Because it's a true crown. So a true crown goes all the way around.
Wow. It's
A
not just
tiara,
like
a tiara
Oh.
stops like right
Have
here.
you ever dropped it while it's on your head?
No. But I did sew in some combs, so
I
it
love
sticks
it.
in my hair.
It is. Wow.
That's cool.
Amber,
Oh, yeah, I see
what
the
an
combs
honor.
there.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for letting me. And Christopher, thank you for asking. And I swear,
She was dying to
I
ask.
did not put
She
him up
did
to
not
it
put you
though.
up for
Oh my gosh. It's so
I like to wear it
beautiful.
far back on my head. I have a whole style.
It's so gorgeous. But do you have to give that crown back? then?
No, it's mine.
Yay, that's
It's
awesome.
That's, that's like your
mine.
trophy.
That's awesome.
It is
So you
my
get to keep
trophy.
it.
That's cool.
Can you keep all the crowns that you've had?
I've got them all.
That's great.
I've got them all. But the sad thing is it's sort of customary. There's a lot of interesting pageant customs, but it's customary that once you give up your crown to the next person, They usually physically have you take one off your head and put it on them, but that's actually a new crown for that person. It's not the one I've worn all year. That's all old.
That's
old
interesting.
yeah, but so that's theirs now. But then you don't wear yours in public anymore.
You've been dethroned.
Yes, and a lot of people don't enforce this, but when you go to an event and lots of queens are there, only the highest ranking queen is supposed to wear her crown.
There's a hierarchy.
There is a hierarchy. I don't
that
enforce
something?
that. I think everyone should wear it. They earned it. The
Isn't
more
that
queens, the
something?
merrier.
But that's so interesting that you said that about because I always assumed you were just passing,
The same one?
Yes, I always assumed that, but you're not.
I can't believe you've never dropped that. Like, it hasn't
I've
ever
dropped
fallen
the
off
other
your-
one. I
You
dropped
have?
the Mrs. USA
You
crown
did?
when I got it in the airport,
Did it
and
bust
all
it?
the diamonds went scattering everywhere, and I was like, oh! And I got all I was like on my hands and knees, and I got all the like stones together. And when I landed in Boston, I went to a jeweler, and I was like, can you help me?
Aw.
And he was like, oh my gosh, yes, and like he put them all back in there and like glued them in and like tightened all the prongs on all of them, and
That's cool.
he was like, it's my honor to work on the crown, and I was like, thank you so much. Like I thought it was going to be a goner for sure.
That's
so
funny.
I know, and when it fell on the ground, it like exploded.
can't
Just
imagine.
stones went everywhere.
You're like, ugh.
I know people were like, and I was like, ah!
There's royalty in the house. Okay, Amber, where can people follow you on social media?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I'm Mrs. Universe Amber.
Mrs.
I
Universe
wanted to
Amber.
make it easy.
That's awesome. Well, Amber Uhler, thank you so much for being here today, and what a great story.
Yay, thank you.
You are a treasure.
Yay,
you
thank you
really
so-
are a treasure
Aw.
and so deserving of this crown and so deserving.
We could have
of this
never guessed when
platform.
Mrs. Florida happened, could we?
No, I could have guessed.
Oh, you could have guessed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ask Jameson. I said, she's headed for more right after this. So
Oh, thank
So
you.
happy for
That's
you.
awesome.
you're awesome.
Thank you. Every story shared
Adds another heartbeat to Tampa Bay.
from courage to community.
We are so proud to tell the stories that keep our neighborhood strong. Thanks for watching The Heartbeat of Tampa Bay.
What a great story.
Amber, you're awesome.